Hey, good morning, everyone. Today, the agenda for discussion is Tailwind CSS. Now, in these live sessions, Team Axiom is planning to explore various technical topics so that the trainees at Axiom, at the same time, the global freshers community who want to upgrade themselves with the technical topics, they can be benefits by these. Today we pick up the topic called as Tailwind CSS. As we all know, CSS plays a very vital role in styling web applications, at the same time providing responsiveness. Now, just imagine if you don't have a CSS, what will happen? You have to write, you have to write the styling code in every HTML pages. At the same time, if you want to apply the, and then it become a huge code, right? You have to decorate, you have to specify the styling for every page, and instead of that we prefer to define the external CSS, right? So that where all the styling, we can define the classes, we can define the IDs, right? And that can be applied directly to the web application so that entire web page will be styled accordingly, will be the formatting of the text, the color combinations, the right from the selection of the fonts, everything become uniform. As we all know, the beautification of the web lies in the styling. If user travel from every pages, if it looks uniform, if it provides the soothing background and the alignment and obviously the font styles and all, that provides catchiness, at the same time user friendly, user interface will be able to develop using that all the CSS. So CSS plays a very vital role, and you know that most of the time it's not only the styling, but as I talk about the responsiveness, means your web application should be, as we are using right from the mobile devices, the bigger screens, or you can't or you never know uh, where user is accessing, which type of device user is using to access these all the web applications. So your web interface should adopt, accept, and it should be it should be well appear on every device, right? And to provide the better experience to all the users, like developer have to write various CSS, and for that is called as responsiveness. And to achieve that, prior we were writing like multi lines of code, defining various CSS and then applying. After that, we started finding the ready-made templates for the CSS, and then we have a good framework for CSS framework like CSS, Bootstrap. So you all aware about that, the reason behind using Bootstrap. Bootstrap provides a predefined inbuilt libraries where user have to just import and style their applications, as well as styling their forms. Predefined frameworks based, the library is available for the responsiveness. Now, apart from Bootstrap, also Bootstrap having its own features, but right now in the UI developer community, your Tailwind is also trending a lot. So today we are planning to explore how to import the library, where we get that library, how we can use that library to develop the front end using React, and able to generate the responsiveness UI development, front-end development using Tailwind CSS. As it's a new framework, I personally want to explore that so that with a new various, basically like instead of writing a number of lines of code to define the classes, IDs and apply, we have a predefined libraries and predefined setup of various fonts and classes already defined, so whether you just need to drag drop and apply to your applications and get the benefits of styling and availability of uniform look and feel, at the same time achieve the responsiveness of the for your application should be responsive for various size and like irrespective size and size of the any devices. It will adopt itself and look friendly to all the users over there. So let us start demonstrating Tailwind. What is Tailwind? What is the utility of Tailwind? How we can get the library and how we can apply it with the Team Axiom. So I'm handing over these sessions to Team Axioms. They'll take care of all the presentations, how and from where, right from the installing library to develop the applications using Tailwind CSS. Over to Team. Unmute yourself, Dhanashri.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Let me share my screen. So today I introduce about Tailwind CSS. Let me introduce about the Tailwind CSS. I introduce about the introduction of Tailwind CSS and advantages of Tailwind CSS. So Tailwind CSS is a open source CSS framework. It is used to style websites in the fastest and easiest way. It provides ready to use classes that you can add to your code and make things look great. So Tailwind CSS is basically it is a CSS framework that works rapidly for building a custom user interface. At highly customized, it is highly customized and low-level CSS framework. Uh, it has host utility CSS framework packed with the classes like flex, text, uh, and rotate that you can compose to build any designs directly in your markup. So here, what are the utility classes in Tailwind CSS? So it is a design to use a specific styling property such as margin, padding, text alignment, colors, and many more options are there. So by using utility classes, you can quickly style your elements that without writing a custom CSS. So it is a customized adapts to any designs. So every utility classes in Tailwind CSS can apply conditionally at a different breakpoints, which makes it a responsive interface. So it is an inline styling used for framework without writing code for our own CSS. So why we use Tailwind CSS? We use Tailwind CSS for web development because it makes building websites faster and easier. Here, uh, speeds up development. It provides a wide range of ready-to-use utility classes. Instead of writing custom CSS code for each styling, we can simplify these classes. For creating websites in today's mobile-centric world, it offers utility classes that helps design layouts and that adapts to different screen size. And it is also customized to match our project design's requirements. Whether we are using React or Angular Tailwind CSS works well, this framework is work. So here are some advantages of Tailwind CSS that I told you, uh, tell you. So it is a highly customized and low-level language, and it has a common utility patterns and quick development. It has a fast-loading websites, and it enables to build complex responsive websites. It's freely, and it is used uh, to speed up development and ensures our designs look good on different devices, and it reduces file sizes. So it has a consistency of a set of utility classes that helps to maintain a professional appearance across different components and pages. It improves website loading speeds and has supportive community. Here, we don't need to write a lot of code, and it have a bunch of shortcuts to make websites amazing and responsive. If a it promotes the developer friendly workflow by providing clear classes names. So this makes it easier for both developers and designers to collaborate on the presentation of their designs. Additionally, it has ability to reuse the classes across the slides and even across the difference of a presentation simplifies that maintains uh, updates for your presentation and designs. Further information will tell the rest of my team. Thank you so much from Axiom team.
Thank you, Dhanashri. Dhanashri, can you stop your screen? Hope my screen is visible. Hello guys, good morning. Today I will show you, I will tell you about the installation process of the Tailwind CSS. So first I will tell you theoretically, then I will after that I will tell you show you the practical process. The installation. Here is the install Tailwind via npm and npx. If we have to install the that node in our system, then we will use the npm install -d Tailwind CSS. And if we want to install in our project, then at that time we will use the npx Tailwind CSS in it. That it will help us to create the configure file in our project. So here the you can see that add the path to all of your template file in your tailwind.configure.js file. So here is some code of this file, and we can see that here is a content that we are seeing. So it is an important role in the Tailwind CSS. While practically, I will tell you about this. Here, the add the Tailwind directories to your CSS. This is the Tailwind directives that we have to use in our input CSS file in our project. So here's the first directive, that Tailwind @Tailwind base include the base style provided by Tailwind CSS. This style reset or normalize the default browser style, providing a consistent starting point for your project. And next, here's the Tailwind components. It includes style for ready-made UI components provided by Tailwind CSS. These components offer pre-style elements like buttons, forms, navigation, and more, which you can easily use in your project. And third one is the Tailwind utilities. Include the vast range of the utility classes that form the core of Tailwind CSS. These utility classes allow you to apply specific style directly to HTML elements. Without writing custom CSS, they provide quick solution for tasks like adjusting padding, margin, colors, and typography, and more. Uh, so here's the Tailwind directive that we have used to our input CSS file, and then here's the run the CLI tool to scan your template file for classes and build your CSS. This is the npx Tailwind CSS. We can use it for creating a new CSS file for our final output folder. But while using the for using the Tailwind CSS, we have to install the Node.js package in our system. Now I will show you the practically how we can install the files in Tailwind CSS. Here I have already made a folder of the Tailwind CSS, and you can see. First of all, we have to make two folders. That is the first one is the dist, means distribution, which is our final output folder, and next one is src, that it is our input folder. And then in next step we will create a HTML file in our final output folder, text.html. We will name it as a index.html, right? So now what we have to do, we have to make a configure file. For that we have to use the terminal. Here we will put some npx Tailwind CSS in it. In it means the initialization. To create a configure file. Yeah, here you can see here the configure file has been created, and here's the content that I have told you about in our PPT presentation, right? So now what we have to do, we have to create one CSS file in our input folder, and we will name it as a input.css. Here we will use that this is the directive that I have told you about. This all we will paste in our CS input CSS file. Now, what we have to do, we will use here some exclamatory doc type, and here we will use some words that Axiom TechGuru Pvt Limited. So we show some live demo, but yeah, it is working. But we have to use the CSS here. So now we will use the CSS. At the background color we will use, and here the background color we will use as a red color, but it will not it is not showing us the output because we have not linked here any CSS file. So now what we have to do, we have to make some CSS file. So here we will make some CSS file. Ex Tailwind CSS space will input will RC input of CSS, and next will output RC dist folder. We'll name our CSS file as a style.css. We will dash watch. It helps us to create the CSS file in our it's showing some error. Styling. X Tailwind CSS input of src input dot css, and then output is style.css. Let's try if can type on our Google account. Yeah, and our output CSS file is has been created. So what we will do, we will link here our CSS file. .css, and here in the configure file we will use the path of our what we can say, our HTML file, right? So paste. So now we will see output. Yeah, it's working. It's working. It the background color has been changed. By this method, we can use this install our Tailwind CSS for our project. That's it. Now, the next demo will show you my teammate. Thank you, guys.
Yes, Shubham, I shall share this. So, hi everyone. Hope you all are doing this. So, hope my things will be to all. We So here we go for the demo of like a quick demo of that how to use Tailwind CSS in our website. So here we go. I have created this for the demo presentation. This is the login for the Axiom TechGuru website. So here we jump on the quick demo. Before going to the demo, we will discuss about some the extensions about the Tailwind CSS. Let me zoom it out. Uh, let me see. So this is how to site here. Tailwind CSS. So we have to install this extension in the VS Code for the getting some suggestions in our file. So here, as per Shubham already explained everyone. So we have to include the output.css file over here first, and then we have to try for our we are working on the website. So here is that first we have to take the basic color grid. So here I have to take the property. If I remove this property, if I remove this property, so what is the output grid? So have you seen the background color will be the white. So here is the utility classes provided by here is the utility classes provided by the Tailwind CSS. So like that, I have take one container for for this web page, for this main web page, and then we have take I have take here one left container and the right container. So so here we have everyone have one question is the left and right is also the utility classes of this Tailwind CSS. So it's no, it's totally right here. These classes for my understanding, like this is the left container and this is the right container. So that's why I use this, and I have taken main container in the flex because we want left and right in one line. So that's why we take here. So we jump on the left container. So like this, I have we have to use one image of that PNG, and will appear like this. Yeah. So here is some content also. So we have styled this content. Yeah. So here is some utility classes provided by the like this suggestion we are getting by extension. We have installed the intelligence Tailwind CSS intelligence extension. Because of that, this suggestion will be getting over here in our HTML file also. So if we hover on the class utility class, so here we get the which property of CSS we are using. So like 32 pixel we are using here, margin left 2 rem and margin right 2 rem, and then yeah. So this all about the left container. So here is that left container, and we will jump on the right container right now. Yeah. So here is the right container. Here we take the flex call because we want this in the one column. Like this, we want everything in one column, like our input field, email address, our phone number, and inside our password and login, our password, each and everything we want in the column. So that's why we use your flex column. This is the like, utility classes of Tailwind CSS. So here we get the solution like which CSS we use over here, flex direction column, and then here we take BG white because our because the body color background is gray, we have to highlight over like the content. So that's why we take here BG white and padding 8. Everyone knows about that. And rounded Excel because we want this view, this portion in little bit like a little bit rounded shape. So that's why we use here rounded Excel. And here width I have taken width 1 by 4. Like it's divided to 100 by 4%. Like here it is applying for 25%. So that's why we take over here with 25%. Text we are taking text large, like font size is a 1.125 accent, text LG, shadow LG, and then input class PXY, MY2, uh, height we want 12, border we want 2, like the border will be gray because we want this border in the gray, so that's why, and then text SM rounded LG. We want the input field in the rounded type, so like, that's why we use here. And here we use outline will be blue 700 like this because we want when we go over here when we take some input, so this background will be highlighted like the outliner will be highlighted 700 pixels. So that's why we use over here. Then this is for the same classes we have used in the password and the email address like that, and the BG color we have used orange. For the first, if we are seeing that this BG color will be the 600, I will show you which is that why we are using like yeah. So these shades we are these shades are provided by the Tailwind CSS. So like that we have to use like orange 600. And when we hover on the button, so it will go in some dark. We want the color will be a little bit dark, so that's why we use over here 800. So like when we hover on this button, no, so it will be looking properly when we hover on it. So like that's why we use over here. After hover, we will be using hover, and then text white and y2 py3 like this we are using, and we want font border so bold, so that's why we use over here font full bold class, and we want the cursor when anyone take the cursor on our button, so that at that time the cursor will be the pointer, so that's why we use over the cursor pointer in the pre-build cursor utility classes of Tailwind CSS. Like same for forget password when we click on that, like text will be blue, text sm we want, and all the text will be the center, so that's why we use here text center, and the cursor will be pointer, and when we hover on it, so we want the text will be in underline, so that's why we use here the hover underline, and then for this is for horizontal line and button when this button we are talking about. create new account, this button here. So which classes we are using over here, like on the login button. So that same classes we are using over here, but it's a little bit changes in that. So we want width will be fit to our content. So like that's why we use here fit width and MX will be auto. And that same when we hover on this, so BG will be green at 800. So and at that time we are our like final output will be this. So like this we have created the template of the Axiom TechGuru login form. So this is the example of the quick demo of that. Like, and why we using Tailwind CSS? So it's a huge question for everyone. Like it will there are many frameworks of CSS like Bootstrap and all. Right? So that's why we are using Tailwind CSS, because Tailwind CSS will remove the smell of the using like framework. If we use the components of pre-built components of Bootstrap, so little bit it will if you are pro in the coding, so you try to remove the that smell, but it will like a little bit it will show to like you are using the framework. So that's why we are using the Tailwind CSS, and Tailwind CSS is the highly customizable. Like if you want to change anything, so we will change anything. Like we will define our if we want to apply CSS on that, so it will also possible. So like this is the demo of that, and the next step will be explained by my teammates, Sandeep. Yeah.
So hi everyone. So hope you all enjoying the learning. So for using Tailwind CSS, you already know that we need Node.js. So where to get that Node.js? So first you have to go Google and type Node and go nodejs.org and download the latest or recommended uh, version for the Node.js and install it. If you already installed it, so no need of installation of Node.js. So to check that our in our system there is Node.js or not, so simply open command prompt and write node. So here we have Node.js 18th version. So simply to use the Tailwind CSS, you have to install it or init it in our command prompt simply by using npx or npm. So you already know that how to install it and how to use it. So there is many classes here you can find at tailwindcss.com in docs. So here you can find the docs. There is many things, container, columns, whatever you want to use, just click on that. Like you can choose anything and just, or you can search like font size. So here there is many suggestions. So you can click any suggestion And just there is many classes. For small, you can use text small. For basic text, you can use text base. For larger text, extra large and double extra large. So this is a way of searching the classes on the document of Tailwind CSS. So let's talk about the responsiveness. So how we can check the responsiveness or how we can apply the responsiveness. Simply see here, there is some breakpoints. Uh, this Tailwind CSS is for mobile screen only. So first, by default, it will support first mobile screen. Then after, it will support the larger screen. So see here, example. Uh, let's try the demo for that. Yeah, I will going to write a text. For the color, just search the color. There is many color you can use. Like I'm going to use a red color. This sets of all red color is here. So I'm going to use 500. Just import that CSS. You can reuse the CSS. So it is in. So we will keep it in the center. So we are going to implement MD for medium screen. For the responsiveness, when it come to less than medium size, it will turn red. And when we go beyond medium size, so its color become green. So for proper looking, we increase the size of the text. So in the so we have assigned a red. So this CSS is by default for mobile screen. So when we have to when we assign a breakpoint like MD for the medium screen, so after mobile screen it will adapt the medium screen. So simply for by default it will mobile screen. When we increase our size, so it will whatever we assign, so it will take the that color. So in this way we can use the responsiveness in our project. So you can find here many more classes and use in your CSS. So here are beautiful thoughts that business opportunity are like buses. Always there always another one coming. So no need to take tension. Be happy. So Tailwind CSS very highly customizable framework. Simply use in your project and that's it. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, team, for your wonderful elaboration on Tailwind CSS. I hope whoever may be attending these live sessions, uh, they might get the confidence how to from where to get the Tailwind library and how to install it and how to use the application. This is the sincere effort from Team Axiom to take any technical topic and like use it and elaborate it, as I know that share knowledge doubles your knowledge as well. I'm requesting to all global developers community to join us. If you have any expertise, you can join us so that we can set up a forum and discuss and explore the various new technical topics as well, so that everyone can get benefits out of it. So here is a need of creating a good healthy environment, develop an environment so that we can exchange the thought, we can multiply the skills, and at the same time it certainly help us out as we are serving to develop a good uh, softwares for while serving with various companies and the investors and for the developing software. So obviously, if you we need to learn, we need to explore the technical stack every day and update every day. This forum is open for you all, guys. If you have any queries, you can raise your queries over there so that me and my team uh, can able to answer that. Any queries, guys? The forum is open for you. You can even write your queries on your comment section so that, like, yes, go ahead. Who's there? Please, yeah, Swapnil, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are a bit low. Improve your voice and okay.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we using the Tailwind CSS, it is possible to give the negative mark padding or margin in Tailwind CSS.
Negative means okay. You what exactly? Can you elaborate what negative padding means?
Sir, when we use the HTML or CSS, in
Yeah.
HTML we give the negative marking. So
Okay.
HTML access that, but it is possible to similar to Tailwind CSS.
Obviously, it is possible. Sandeep, can you want to take this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So actually, the Tailwind doesn't support that negative padding or negative value,
Mhm.
so we cannot use that. So we could just we can customize according to our in positive values
Okay.
only.
Okay. So it is not supportive for that.
Yes, sir. Negative value
Oh,
is not supported.
okay. So what is the solution then? If Swapnil, as Swapnil is saying, if he is needing certain things, then what is the solution then?
So we have to use normal CSS for that. We can use that.
Okay.
Yes.
Hope it served the purpose, Swapnil. Swapnil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right now, like he tried that negative scaling is not applicable in Tailwind CSS, so you can go with the normal CSS if you need it over there, or you can
Thank you,
you
sir.
there may be something around. Okay, you can explore and get the result better.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Okay. I believe if you have any other further queries, you can reach to us. You can add the comments. We can get back to you. As I already told you, the agenda that as Team Axiom we are preparing every time to for the new technical stacks coming in the market and with the trending technical things so that we all get used to with it and use it in the application development. I'm again requesting that to the global community join us so that if you're pursuing any good technical skills, okay, we can have a forum and we can exchange the thoughts and we can share the knowledge so that uh, we all can get benefits of it, and then ultimately our purpose will be served to develop the better and friendly applications, and obviously it will be beneficial to all. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day ahead. Okay, I hope you will like this approach, and certainly if it is beneficial for entire technical community, these events and these kind of efforts need to be